baby, listen to me speaking. No matter what, just let it go.
Pop, Perswayable. What's going on, Elijah? Just showing you some love. Thank you for being that top comment. Got much love for you. Thank you for supporting me. All right, let's talk about the whole point of why I am making this video. Yo, Dead by Daylight Mobile did Huntress dirty, and I'm not talking about like the good type of dirty that y'all look up when you're on quarantine by yourself to get the dopamine rush. I'm talking about the bad dirty that's not good for anyone, including her, nor pleasurable. So in this game, you have these red indicators, right? And those red indicators are emitted when there's an auditory cue. So, for instance, if you're a survivor and you start running next to a killer, they'll see a red indicator. But what happens is that the killers have been kind of screwed, in my opinion. Huntress has a permanent red indicator because she's constantly humming, right? You have that auditory sound. So it gives you a complementary visual ping with it. And it makes kiting her brain dead. It really does. I understand I'm in the shack, but typically we'd be looking at her red light to kind of see where she's going. But that red visual ping really requires me to not do that. And it does her so dirty. Now, she does a good job here. I honestly didn't think that she was going to go for that. And so I got a little lucky there. Hold on, watch this, watch this. This is actually a more advanced move from her. I'm like, oh, that probably should have hit me. Now, I'm showing you that the killer had a pretty good idea on how to double back. She had a good idea on how to wait for me to go through that door with the hatchet or the window trick. So this Huntress has definitely played some matches with this killer. You know, it's not like she's completely incompetent. All right, because she would just be tunneling me, going the same one linear route, and we could see that she was trying to mind game me there. All right, even on that shack, I made a few mistakes. I think I underestimated her, and I was like, oh yeah, she's just gonna follow me. So this strategy that the devs implemented has made it very difficult to be Huntress, very difficult to play Huntress. Hillbilly, you'll get the red indicator when you decide to use your chainsaw, right? Doctor, I think that only happens when he uses his skill. Spirit, well, it doesn't happen when you phase walk, right? So for some of them, for some of these killers, there's a way to kind of get rid of that red indicator a little bit, or you kind of dictate when that red indicator is going to occur. But with Huntress, it's all times, 100% of the time. Nothing you can do with that, nothing you can do about it either. And it becomes very difficult to use her. I know when I play Huntress, I came out with that Huntress montage, right? It was a very, very difficult montage to come out with. Very, very difficult. Yeah, obviously, that's also because I'm a rank 1 killer, so some of the survivors are, a little bit better than what you're going to see in rank 20. Beta's not perfect with the matchmaking system. But it's like a brain-dead way to kite her. And when I play her, I get so frustrated. And I'm going to give you guys an example a little bit later in the video of me just constantly looping her. And being able to use that to my advantage and using that red indicator to my advantage. So here we are. She's coming after me. And we're going to use this to my advantage. And now watch this. This is so... I don't have to worry about a red light or anything. No matter what she tries to do, you're going to be able to kite her all around here. Now, she does a good trick at the end there. And I'll show you what she does. But either way, I am wasting so much of her time. So much of her time. And it's kind of like a brain-dead way of kiting. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep looping her over here. Now, one of the strategies that people will say is, well, Huntress should just, go to a different direction, go into a different area. The problem is that there's too many areas in here. There's too many that are exactly like this. She does a good job hitting me with the hatchet right there, so good job. But right there, we wasted a whole bunch of time. And we're going to do the same thing over. I know she doesn't have too many hatchets left, unless she goes for a locker. So now I know I can bully in this area a little bit. Normally, I wouldn't want to be here. And look, she kind of gives up. She kind of gives up. She's just whatever. I use that agent, but I'm just going to let her hit me and down me. I don't even care. We'll have her hit me and down me. I was kind of trying to be a little toxic with that Siptic agent, but I didn't really care. I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad that it's that easy to kite. Using very little to no skill. I mean, obviously you got to know how to loop and you got to know where to go, but I feel like she did a better job than what the video is demonstrating. Although this is the gameplay that, I'm not cutting it up. I'm only cutting up in between, right? Now, there's been a movement lately of players really kind of saying that we need to get rid of the red indicators. And, I mean, maybe I'm not suggesting that we need to get rid of every single red indicator in the game. I don't know. I'm not really here to provide a solution, but rather say that this is a very, very big problem. That what we have in place, this system, if you will, does not benefit Huntress in the slightest. This is essentially going to kill her off. And I know that there's going to be some players who say, well, you just got to get good with her. You got to get good at being able to know which part of the map you can use her on. Well, the problem is that there's so many areas where you can loop in the way that I did, that's going to be very, very difficult. That's going to be difficult for a killer where virtually any area where there's a tiny wall and just enough space to loop around where it's long enough where you can continue running and you're not going to get double backed. I mean, that's essentially saying, all right, well, 60% of every single map you can't really use with Huntress, so just maximize on the 40%. Now, she does have some decent add-ons, and the only way that I really use her is the red add-on, where it's a one-shot hit. They're a decent hit, I believe, with the... I'll put a picture of the two add-ons. That makes it manageable because then somebody goes down with one hatchet. But even then, that can be super difficult, right? And so this is why I want to show a lot of the players who are coming from mobile, or rather PC to mobile, this is what we're working with some of these red indicators, all right? And this is what people were talking about in terms of how this indicator system does not benefit her. It's just going to constantly be there. Now watch this, right? There's actually a reason why I stay here. I wanted to make this video just to show you a typical match. And again, when I play Huntress, this is so frustrating to work with, so frustrating to deal with. You're constantly trying to double back. You're constantly trying to mind game. But no matter what mind games you do, it can be very difficult. Now, mind you, that killer had a few opportunities to get me. All right, that killer actually mind gamed me in the shack pretty good. Almost hit me with the axe that somehow hit the locker. I hopped the window a little bit too early. Now, if she would have got a hit on me in the shack, I would have, transitioned or something because dungeon was over there. But look at that. You just have that red indicator the whole time. I think it's going to be very difficult to use her. I think it's going to be relatively a broken feature. That's just my opinion. I think that they need to figure something out in regards to those red indicators that they are given to the killers, especially Huntress. You have it, again, on Doctor. You have it on Hillbilly. You have it on Nurse. You have it on Spirit. So it'll be interesting to see if the devs try to address that. But with Huntress, I just feel like it's a game changer. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I hope that you guys will all share yours as well. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it. You are loved in this world. Stop messing around with stupid people, because there's plenty of people like me who like you for who you are. You guys have a good day now. Bye-bye now.